Hey graduate, do you have your super legit degree in one of those document float frames?
We'll ditch that aesthetically displeasing diploma and let's use that float frame for some more on-trend DIY art.
Hi guys, my name's Kelsey.
My name is Becky.
And we're the Sorry Girls.
Today, as you guys know, we are doing some float frame wall art.
Yes, if you guys have seen these, they're kind of around the internet, they're around Pinterest, they're super cute, super delicate, and there's so many things that you can do with them.
Yeah, it's much more interesting than your standard, like, printed out artwork.
Yeah.
So we're gonna show you various ways to A, make your own frames, and B, things to put in them.
Yeah. Is that all?
Yeah.
Subscribe. That's also something that you can do.
There's this channel and another one. Okay.
Okay. Going into the video now. For the frames, you can easily buy one at many different stores where frames are sold, and online we can definitely link you guys some below.
Or you can DIY one. So we took the glass out of some cheap thrift store frames and cut them to be the same size. We did this by using a ruler, a glass score, and some cut running pliers. We have another video that explains this all super well if you're unsure. We'll link that below for you to check out. So once you have your two pieces of glass that are the same size, we just held them together using some super on-trend binder clips, and voila, your clear invisible frame is done.
Or you can hack a float frame. So to do this, we did take one of our basic frames, and then we wanted to make it this more delicate gold chain trend that we've been seeing. So to do this, we took some really small screw-in eye hooks and put those on the two corners of the top of the frame. And then we painted the whole thing, all the visible parts, with a liquid gold leaf. And then we just took some gold chain that we had, cut it to the right size, added some jump rings so that we could attach it to the eye hooks.
So now that you have all your frames made or bought, whatever you want to do, we're going to show you some things that you can actually put in the frames to make them look amazing. So the first thing is to put anything flat really in your frames and try to think of things that aren't standard artwork. So we use things like Polaroids, which look amazing. They're so cute. Or feathers. We tried using feathers in the frames and they look amazing too. So a tip we found is to use a hammer and flatten the base of the feather so that it fits in the glass nicely. Because if you're trying to press something that's a little too bulky, could risk breaking the glass. Safety first, guys. Don't have any broken glass, so try and make whatever you're putting in your frames as flat as possible.
An amazing idea for these float frames is pressed flowers in any way, shape, or form, but we did them with some petals and made like this really pretty petal mandala. So to do this, we took some fresh flowers and carefully took off the petals that we wanted to use, and then we laid them flat within two pieces of wax paper with the wax paper facing the petals. And then we sandwiched that between two layers of towel. You can do this on an ironing board as well, but make sure you put a towel on top and then iron it for a couple of minutes per side. Make sure you just keep checking on the petals. You want them to lose their moisture so they stiffen and kind of become this like translucent, but they also become really fragile, so be careful of that too.
Yeah, and something we noticed is that the petals actually lose a bit of their color when you dry them out, so pick things that are really bright to start with, and that way they look great after.
And then all we did was lay them out in a design on our glass. Make sure you figure out which side's your front and you're putting them the right side down, because sometimes the petals have like a good side and a bad side. And then just sandwich them between your glass and you have this really pretty design.
You can also use this technique on many other types of leaves too, not just necessarily petals. Just make sure you're picking something that doesn't retain too much moisture because you want it to be able to dry out pretty easily. We did try this on a Monstera leaf and it didn't really press right, but we did do it on a palm leaf and it looked amazing. So play around and see what works for you.
If you guys know a way to press a Monstera leaf, you should definitely let us know below. I'm sure everybody's interested.
I was so excited for it to work. Maybe it was just us, but if you have the answer, please let me know.
And another piece of little art that you can do in the frames is a yarn word. It's super funny if you use a word that's like not pretty. We chose fries. And all you have to do is cut a piece of yarn. We wrote out our word using a whiteboard marker, but you could also write it out on a piece of paper and then just put your glass over top. And then trace it out. We used hot glue to kind of secure the yarn in various places. Hot glue peels off really easily off of glass, so this is definitely a temporary solution. You don't have to worry about that. Just continue the whole word, and when you're done, sandwich it together, and you have a really pretty yarn word.
Yeah, and again, use thinner yarn as opposed to super chunky yarn so that it flattens nicely. Let us know what you guys would put in your frames. If you have any brilliant ideas that would look amazing in some floating frames that we didn't mention yet, please let me know.
Also, if you guys have ideas of what videos you'd like to see coming up, make sure you put those in the comments below so that we can check it out.
Yeah, we are planning our holiday schedule now, which sounds crazy that Christmas and the holiday time is already almost here. But if there's anything you really want to see, please let us know below.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you give it a like.
And if you love it, make sure you sub it.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Well, ditch that aesthetically displeasing oh my god, you wrote a serious tongue twister.
I didn't realize.
Okay.
Yes. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you give it a like.
We would like you back.
Yeah.